didn't see you there. Welcome to what will be a new series of videos for this channel called Storytime with Guppy. Now here I will talk about many misadventures in my life, including what it's like to live in New Mexico, what is it like to be a student in an arts high school, as well as my experiences in community theatre. If you have suggestions for Storytime, please let me know in the comments down below. Also, this will be a chance for us to get to know each other, because chances are I don't know 73 of you half as well as I should like, and I like less than 73 of you half as well as I deserve. Well, please join me, won't you? Hey everybody, story time. So, I was thinking about what I should talk about, and I was going to do how a lot of people don't think New Mexico is, well, not part of the 50 states. It is, but then I realized, that would take kind of long and a little bit. So instead, I decided to talk about my experiences going to conventions. So, by the way, bear with me. The only conventions I've really been to so far are in El Paso, which is 45 minutes away, and here in Las Cruces. So I can't compare them to other conventions like, say, Emerald City Comic Con in Seattle, or Dragon Con in Atlanta, or even San Diego Comic Con in California, or RTX in Austin. So I don't really have anything big to compare them to. Now, you guys may remember that I may have talked about some of the stuff I'm going to talk about in my 70 subscriber special, which you guys can watch right here. But I kind of want to talk about it again anyway, because I'm weird like that. So, on with the story. Okay, first off, if you guys can see it. Oh, hold on, let me zoom in. Can you guys see it? Gonna zoom in. Oh, whoops! Yeah, okay, that works. Where's the... Oh, there it is. Zoom in a little to the... Aha! Okay. That poster that you're seeing right there, that was really my first actual convention that I went to. That was El Paso Comic Con, and this was before the production company that currently runs it took it over, I think. Guest of honor that year was Joe Benitez, who a lot of people may know. He did the Anita Blake comics. He's also done, I think, a couple of titles on Batman and Wonder Woman. I could be wrong. But they also had the 501st. They had a lot of comic books, of course. And it was at the Wyndham Airport Inn, which is near the airport. Okay. Whoops, that's a little too much. But as you can see there, Mr. Benitez signed that himself. So, that first convention, I was part of a steampunk cosplaying group. We were trying to get this visual comic. We were trying to get noticed for this visual comic. Unfortunately, that fell by the wayside. But there are pictures of me with stormtroopers wearing my steampunk uniform. And eventually, I will revive my steampunk cosplay, but probably not anytime soon. Anyway, it was nice. It was really cool seeing all the costumes and everything like that. But really, it wasn't until 2011 that I really got a taste of what conventions are. Before that, I kind of knew what that was, including my experience at El Paso Comic Con 2010. I knew what that was. I wasn't exactly sure what the whole deal was. But then a little something came into my life. Something that, even as I think about it now, those were the days, when you didn't really have to worry about much of anything and all that crazy stuff. Some of you may know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then you need to educate yourself. I'm talking about Las Cruces anime days. Let's fast forward to 2011. My good friend, my best friend, Andrew, who you guys have seen in some of my videos on this channel, was on campus at the time getting his degree. For the sake of this part of the video, and for some of it, I'm going to call C Christina, because that was who they were before they started transitioning. So I'm going to call him her, just for the sake of this video, and just so I'm not so confused. Okay, so at the time, Christina was also dating somebody. So the four of us and a few other people decided, hey, why don't we go to Las Cruces Anime Days? Las Cruces Anime Days was put together by the Anime Night group, which we all kind of knew the Anime Night group. Andrew definitely did. I knew some of them, and so did Chris, and so did, I don't know if I should say his name. Yeah, I will. David. So did David. And we decided, well, why not? So that year, I dressed up as a ninja. C dressed up as a pirate. Does nobody remember the whole ninja versus pirate thing? Just me? Okay. So, therefore, we decided that we were going to, that we would all dress up like that. And the guest of honor that year was, where is it? Aha! I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. There we go. Monica Rial. And first off, great lady. She's totally awesome. I love her. And although that year, I will say I was a bit grumpy, and I only bought I only bought a pass for Saturday. But I learned my lesson. However, that was so much fun. And I got to really see what cosplay looked like. I really got to see people who loved anime. And it was just, you know, altogether fun. So finally, we went back. 2012. Whoop, okay. Did I get it? Yeah, 2012. And the guests that year were, once again, Monica Rial and Jamie Markey, who, as it turns out, have worked on several anime together. And that year, I had just finished watching, I hope I am not butchering the pronunciation on this one, Maho Sensei Negima, which translates to Negima Magister Magi. There are two, by the way, there are two different series of that, but we're not going to go into this. Jamie and there we go. Jamie and Monica were voicing they voiced several characters, so I dressed up as Negi. It went really well, and then at the panel, with the two of them being interviewed, I did an impersonation of Negi, and to this day, when I said, I'm going to have to mark you both as tardy because I didn't see you both in class this afternoon, Monica went, oh, Professor Negi. And it's just, oh, God. I'm blushing right now thinking about it. But it was great. The next day, though, I really wasn't sure if I wanted to wear my Negi costume again. So what I did was I dressed up as a human version of Applejack. And this was just when I was really starting to get into My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. That's another video. And again, it was fun. I had a good time. And that's really when I started kind of getting the idea of convention. Alright, and here we go. LCAD 2013. And as you can see, we had two others. Once again, Jamie was back. And then Tyson. Tyson is really cool. At the time, he was in this one anime called, there, that's better. He was in an anime called Steins Gate, and I actually haven't seen it yet, but he was such a sweetheart. And Jamie, it was really cool to see Jamie again, too. So that was fun. But that was when I really started to see that conventions could be fun. And, and it was also about that time that I started following con news. Like, I started following, this was when G4 was still a thing. That was still a channel. And they would have their Comic-Con, they would have their Comic-Con coverage every summer. And I started watching that. By the way, I am so happy it's coming back. I cannot wait. I hope to God it will be available on basic cable, not just premium cable, because that would be kind of ridiculous. But I digress. So, let's fast forward to 2006, the year my grandmother died, but I wanted to do something different. Then I heard about Las Tristas Comic-Con, which had just started to become a thing the year previously. And then, of course, I'd gone to the LCAD, my last one, unfortunately. And I thought, may not be that much different from going to see it, from going to anime days. Let's do it. So I dressed up as a Ghostbuster. I can't get to my costume right now. Because I just seen the movie. I liked that movie. It was awesome. So, I decided to dress up, and I went for the whole, did I do the whole 3 days? I think I did. Yeah, I went the whole 3 days. And, yeah, it was a full event. And it was fun. It was a blast. The guests that year were Casper Van Dien and Seth, I can't remember his last name. Anyway, one of them was Casper Van Dien, and his co-star Seth, who also was also on The Walking Dead. So that was really cool. Got to meet Casper Van Dien. I told him that I really loved Sleepy Hollow, because that's one of my favorite movies that he's in, and he told me that when he did that movie, he actually found out that he was part Dutch, and he hadn't known that before. So, that was really cool. The panel was a blast, but really, I think my favorite part of the whole thing was, one, I got to hang out with my friend Rain. Hi, Rain. And also, I got to really see people. I met the Harp twins, who are awesome. I even got to interview them for my first real freelance piece. In fact, I'll put the link down to that freelance piece in the description below, and I'll give you guys a link also to their YouTube channels. They are lovely ladies, absolutely amazing, fantastic musicians, just great people overall. And, yeah, it was really fun. And, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go next year. Fast forward again to the year before. To the next year. My friend Andrew, my best friend Andrew, we decided we were going to go to El Paso Comic-Con 2017. And let me tell you, that was fun. I mean, it was great. And the big pull that year was Alan Tudyk, who of course is a legend. He was just coming off of voicing, I can't remember the name of his character in Rogue One. Anyway, the droid in Rogue One. He just come off from that. So the section of the 501st that's located in El Paso, they honored him. And, you know, he a Firefly, A Knight's Tale, Serenity, voice actor. I mean, he played a chicken in Moana. And, you know, the Duke of Wesselton and Duke Weaseltown in Zootopia. So, and King Candy and Wreck-It Ralph. So that was really great. I actually got that. I got some stuff signed by him. I don't remember if I got anything signed for Chris, but I did get some stuff signed for Mom and Alyssa. Also there was Dina Moore, who, if some of you know who that is, she was also in Starship Troopers with Casper Van Dien, and she was a lovely lady. Also Steve Cardenas, one of the Red Power Rangers, Lou Ferrigno, the Hulk, the Incredible Hulk himself, and Nicholas Brendan, who played Xander Harris on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. A little story about Xander Harris. First off, one of the nicest, sweetest guys I have ever met. such a gentleman. When Chris and I were just starting college, and we were still kind of going through things with our parents' divorce and then separation and everything like that, they were showing Buffy the Vampire Slayer on FX. And we would watch it. And we realized, hey, this is a good show. One of my other favorite characters is Willow, but we'll get into that on another video. But one character that I immediately was drawn to was Xander. I mean, yeah, he didn't have any magical powers, he didn't have super strength, but he was just there, and he was great. And Xander does go through a divorce in the series. I wish there was a movie, but we won't get into that. And there's some spoilers. Season 6, he almost gets married to the love of his life. But after some crazy things with a shape-shifting demon and a time spell and all that crazy business, he realizes that he doesn't want what his parents had. His parents hated each other. They argued with each other. They did everything. And even at the wedding, the actual wedding, you still see them arguing. And Xander doesn't want that. So he makes the heartbreaking decision and calls off the wedding. However, watching him go through the pain of his parents' divorce, it made me think that this happens to everybody. Because I think when you go through a divorce, when your parents go through a divorce, you automatically think that everybody in your family, including yourself, is going through this hard time. But then you realize that it happens to everybody. But eventually he was able to repair a relationship with his former ex, and they did become friends again. Sorta, kinda. Boy, that relationship. Anyway, but also it was great watching because not only that, Nicholas Brennan has fantastic comedic timing. I mean, seriously, he's fantastic. And also, really loved seeing him in Criminal Minds. So when I found out he was going to be there, I was like, oh my god, I don't have anything I want him to sign. I just want to talk to him. So I went up to him, and he was sitting there at his table, and he was talking with someone, so I waited until he was done talking. And I said, hi, Nick. And he looked up at me and he smiled. He said, hi. I said, my name is Gabby. It's very nice to meet you. And he took my hand and said, well, I'm Nick. It's very nice to meet you, too. And I said, so first I just want to ask, how are you enjoying it so far? And he told me he was having a good time. He really enjoyed it. We got to talk a little bit about, I told him about Las Cruces Comic-Con, which was going to be in a couple of months. This was back in April 2017. And then I said, there's something I want to tell you. And he said, what is it? And I had to take a deep breath because I knew I was going to start bawling like a little baby. But I said, I just wanted to let you know that when I was still going through my parents' divorce, watching you as Xander go through that and go through the pain of realizing that you didn't want to subject anybody else to that, especially Anya, it struck a chord, and I realized, though, that I was going to be okay, because you ended up being okay, and you ended up being with your family, and I just wanted to say thank you. And then this is when I started to cry a little bit, and I said, and it really meant a lot to know that somebody who didn't have magic powers, who didn't have strength, could be this amazing person, and it made me realize that even though I'm not incredibly talented or anything like that, you made me realize that I could still be awesome, and I could still do things, and thank you for that. And he just had the biggest, warmest smile on his face, and I said, can I give you a hug? And he actually got up from behind the table, came around, and he gave me a big hug. And I almost lost it. I almost started crying right then and there. But he just, you know, it was that good one, you know, where they're giving you energy. They're giving you, saying, hey, thank you. And he pulled back and he said, well, I'm glad I could help. I'm glad Xander and I could help you. And then I told him that, well, you know, some of my favorite comedic parts, I love that. Like, when you say, and the interesting part, so much more romantic than Faith. And he laughed and he said, yeah, I loved that too. And yeah, that was really nice. That was really great. Also at El Paso Comic-Con, got to meet Martin Kleba, or Marty Kleba, who some of you may know. He plays, I can't remember his name in Pirates of the Caribbean, but he's in it. He's in, I think, he's in the first one, second one, third one. I think he's in the fourth one. I'm not sure. I think he is. But he's in those 4 movies. He's not in the one that came out, Dead Men Tell No Tales. I still kind of want to see that one. But he was a great guy. And there's a video, of course, of me. We all filmed this video of him punching our MC right in the balls. And oh my God, that was the best thing ever. So yeah, that was a really good experience. And one other experience, got to meet Lou Ferrigno, of course, the original Hulk. Very nice guy. His hands were huge. I think both of my hands put together, that could be covering my hand. He was an absolute gentleman. And I remember asking him if he still had a pair of those purple pants. And he said, yes, I do, but they're all in pieces. Again, nice guy. Really nice guy. Oh, geez, you can see up my nose. So the last real convention I went to was Las Cruces Comic Con 2017. And that was fun. I dressed up as Newt Scamander from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Say what you like, I like that movie. I don't know how I liked the second one was, it was okay. Anyway, I dressed up as Newt Scamander, and I got to go with my best friend Andrew, all 3 days. And got to meet Dante Bosco, Gary Busey, Ming, I cannot remember his last name. He's on the thing Comic Book Guys. Is that series still going? I don't know. Also got to meet another actress from The Walking Dead. Very nice lady. And it was really cool. The panel with Dante Bosco was pretty fun because we all asked him some questions. Did you guys know that the scene where Robin Williams flicks his spoon and he gets the cream on his face, that was Cool Whip with food dye added to it, and off screen I think it was a production assistant who was hitting him with the stuff. And apparently that was like the second or third take that they did, and but I like that part. And he also said what his favorite line in The Last Airbender is, which is my first girlfriend turned into the moon. That's rough, buddy. Yeah, so when he said that was his favorite line, and then he said it, we all died laughing. But he's a very nice guy, very nice gentleman. I know he came for Las Cruces Comic Con 2018. El Paso Comic Con 2018. I had to miss it that year. But it was also cool because I got to see some cool cosplay. Got to, really geek out. I did also sort of make a documentary. As of this moment, it is currently sitting finished on my laptop. I did send a copy to one of the guys who runs the con, just to make sure it was compliance with everything. I did call, before to make sure it was okay to film. One thing I've learned not just in being a YouTuber, but in filmmaking, call ahead in a location and find out if it's okay if you can film in that place. It helps, believe me. There you have it. My story time about conventions. They're fun. Yeah, they can be exhausting. But, yeah. I think a great experience for anyone who isn't even, you know, that much of a nerd or anything like that. Just go and have some fun. I really, really hope there will be conventions next year. I really hope so. Fingers crossed. So thanks guys very much for watching the video. If you guys want to see more like this, let me know in the comments down below. Also, let me know what your favorite con is. And what you've been to. And also, what actor have you met and such. So, there's still going to be videos for this. You know, I just started back to school, so videos may be a little more sporadic. I know Summerpalooza, the schedule got a little sporadic, but I am going to try to at least upload 2 days or 3 days after. I've gotten pretty good at editing now. Alright, so, if you guys want to check out my little clip of Marty Kleba punching Jack Lutz in the balls, you can check it out over here. If you guys want to see some of the videos that I took at Las Cruces Anime Days, got them right here. So, until next time, stay safe, wear your mask, wash your hands, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.